On the early morning in the Arctic, a group of orcas was found trapped in a small waterhole surrounded by thick ice. The orcas had been navigating through a network of ice channels when a sudden shift in wind direction caused large sheets of ice to converge rapidly, blocking their escape routes and trapping them in a small opening of water. In a state of panic, the orcas continually bobbed their heads above the icy water, making sounds that pleaded for help. The temperature continued to drop, causing the ice to freeze even more. Only a small hole remained unfrozen, where the orcas could take air. But as the temperature kept falling, even this patch of open water began to freeze over, making it increasingly difficult for the trapped orcas to breathe. Struggling and exhausted, the orcas found themselves fighting against the ice as it slowly closed in on them, worsening their situation by the minute. A local fisherman saw this sight and called the authorities for rescue. The rescue team quickly arrived at the scene. As they stepped out into the harsh Arctic environment, they were met with the chilling sight of 10 orcas trapped in a small circle of open water, surrounded by thick ice. The team immediately began assessing the situation, knowing that every minute counted for the struggling orcas. The lead rescuer surveyed the area, his brow furrowed in concentration. The sound of heavy machinery filled the air as they set to work. Equipped with powerful saws and ice picks, the rescuers prepared to cut a path through the thick ice, aiming to carve a way to freedom for the trapped orcas. Each blow to the ice felt like a race against time, as the freezing temperatures continued to drop and the night drew closer. Meanwhile, the marine biologist, Dr. Emily Larson, and her dedicated team carefully examined the orcas, working swiftly yet thoughtfully in the biting cold. Their expert eyes moved quickly over the majestic creatures, assessing their condition and searching for any signs of distress or injury. Dr. Larson's attention was drawn to one orca that bore a deep scratch on its side, a cut from the sharp ice corners. A small pool of blood stained the ice, a stark reminder of the grave danger these creatures faced. The injured orca cried out in distress, its pain and fear palpable in the icy air. Dr. Larson felt a surge of compassion. She spoke softly, offering words of comfort to calm the panicked orca. With gentle hands, she applied an antiseptic to the wound and carefully bandaged it with a special waterproof bandage to stop the bleeding, all while whispering soothing reassurances to the majestic creature. The doctors knew that stress could be deadly for the orcas, so they tried to ease their panic. They offered fish to the orcas, understanding that keeping them nourished would help them maintain the body heat they so desperately needed in these freezing conditions. It was crucial to keep their spirits and strength up as the rescue operation continued. As the hours passed, the team worked tirelessly. The harsh wind whipped around them, but they didn't stop. They poured water over the orca's skin to keep it moist, preventing it from drying out in the bitter cold. The team knew they were fighting against both time and nature as the sun began to set, casting an eerie glow over the ice. The rescue team received high-powered heaters to assist with the operation. These machines worked around the clock to melt the ice faster, significantly easing the team's efforts. To keep the operation running smoothly, local authorities arranged for fuel and other supplies to be delivered by helicopter, ensuring there were no interruptions in the rescue process. A small icebreaker was sent to the rescue site to break the ice. Meanwhile, the rescue team remained relentless in their efforts, working tirelessly alongside the icebreaker. No one gave up, driven by the determination to free the orcas from their icy prison. Nightfall brought with it an even deeper chill. The temperature continued to plummet, threatening to freeze the open water completely. The rescue team set up large heaters around the orcas, using every resource at their disposal to keep the water from freezing. The machines hummed as they worked tirelessly to warm the water and provide a small buffer against the relentless cold. The rescuers, doctors, and marine biology experts took shifts, allowing each other brief moments of rest. The atmosphere was tense but filled with determination. Each person was driven by a singular goal: to save the orcas before it was too late. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the Arctic became shrouded in darkness, making the rescue operation even more challenging. The rescuers quickly installed a series of powerful lights around the ice patch. These lights allowed the team to continue their tireless work through the night, providing much-needed visibility and safety. Engineers worked meticulously to connect solar panels to power the lights, ensuring they were charged during the brief hours of daylight so that they could operate reliably at night. The chilling temperatures were unforgiving, and there was a constant threat of the equipment freezing. Rescuers responded swiftly, wrapping generators and pumps in thermal blankets and insulating materials to protect them from the biting cold. Despite the harsh conditions, the team remained focused and determined. The veterinarians and marine biologists continued their vigilant watch over the orcas. After working tirelessly through the dark hours, the next morning brought a glimmer of hope. The marine biologists noticed a significant change in the orcas' behavior. The majestic creatures began to move more energetically, taking advantage of the larger open area that had been carved out for them overnight. The marine biologists eagerly set up cameras to capture underwater footage, confirming the animals' improved condition. The sight of the orcas swimming more freely and energetically sent a wave of excitement and motivation through the team. The rescuers redoubled their efforts. They continued to use saws and pickaxes to widen the passage through the thick ice. The icebreaker ship stationed nearby meticulously worked to keep the ice at bay, creating a channel that led to the vast, open sea. Each crack and fracture in the ice brought the team one step closer to liberating the trapped orcas. When the final sheet of ice was broken, the orcas, once ensnared in a perilous ice prison, slowly began their journey toward the open waters. The orcas paused for a moment, as if taking a roll call of their pod, ensuring no one was left behind. The largest orca raised its head above the water and released a deep resonant sound. The others joined in, their calls echoing across the frozen expanse, a symphony of gratitude. Dr. Emily Larson, the marine biologist, whispered with tears in her eyes, "I think they're thanking us." The team stood in awe, their hearts full of relief and pride. The connection between the rescuers and the orcas was undeniable, a reminder of the bond between humans and nature. As the orcas began to swim toward the open ocean, they paused for a final glance back at their rescuers. With a graceful splash of their tails, they disappeared into the depths, leaving the team with a sense of accomplishment and unity. They had not only saved lives, but had become a part of something truly extraordinary. This rescue operation stands as a testament to the power of compassion and teamwork. The efforts of the rescuers, veterinarians, and marine biologists are an inspiring reminder of the impact we can have when we come together to help those in need. Their dedication encourages us all to protect and cherish wildlife and marine life. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories.